Welcome to the Weird Girls Club. We're back for another episode of the Weird Girls Club podcast. Another episode of Spooktober. No, it goes Spooktober. And then we should just have like a shackle sound.
Alright, is Tim Burton bleeding directing this?
No, actually it's Scrooge when the fucking ghosts come, but that's a Christmas movie, so I don't know what I'm saying.
I know, and I was just saying is Tim
ghosts,
Burton editing this first?
Maybe. So today we are talking about scary stories.
Whoa.
Woohoo. So we do have some scary stories to chat about.
Yeah.
From Reddit. And then just some random sites
some
too.
Online ones as well.
And we haven't actually read them ourselves, so we're going to be as scared as you guys.
Screwed. So
have you got your security blanket now, Amy? Nappy on the ready?
Oh no, I don't.
What?
No.
No, you're fucked up.
I'm going to shit all over your house.
Say Hail Mary.
Hail Mary for Christ.
Right, we're going to jump straight in.
Let's go.
The question was, the Reddit was, supernatural things that happen in your life that cannot be explained. Right, so here's the first one from someone. Woke up to a weird feeling and saw an opaque silhouette of a little boy standing on the other side of the apartment facing me. I turned on my light and it was gone. When I turned my light off, I saw it again. Flipped the light back on and went over there to make sure there was nothing that could be causing a weird shadow, etc. There was nothing there that could have created that specific shape, and it was standing in the pathway between my couch and wall, so it couldn't have been a shadow. I turned my light off again and it was there. Flipped it back on and slept with the light on for the rest of the night. Couldn't sleep without the light on for days.
Oh my god, that literally, like, I couldn't sit still. It was literally giving me shivers.
Like, what would you do in that situation? Would you have done the same thing?
No, I probably would have stared at it.
Yeah, but would you have like slept with the light on, or would you turn it off and went back to sleep? Like went.
Well, something similar happened to me, and I just sat there in the dark.
You're not over in Canada, like.
No. Will I tell the story or will I wait till later? But like, something similar happened to me that I saw. Like, right, I was in bed. It was years ago. I was probably 10 or something, maybe. I was in bed and I woke up in the middle of the night, and I used to have like me telly on a stand near like me door, and it was filled with like DVDs, and at the very bottom there was a PlayStation and PlayStation games. And I woke up and I literally saw a silhouette. Actually, it wasn't a silhouette because I could see like a little boy with blonde hair, and he was wearing like a blue t-shirt and like white shorts, and he was like kneeling down, and it looked as if he was like holding a game or like looking at a game or looking at. So like, I just sat in the bed and like kept closing my eyes, opening my eyes, rubbing my eyes, and I didn't know whether he was there or not, but I just eventually fell asleep.
Oh my god.
Like, so in that situation, I probably would like be torn. Like, as an adult now, if I walked out of my bedroom in my apartment and saw something, I'd probably turn my light on. I'd probably walk over, and then if I turned it off and it was still there, I'd literally probably just think my eyes.
It's
were
probably the
clenching,
worst thing to be talking about you, because you have to go home to like an apartment
alone.
We have Fletcher there. Fletcher's our guard dog.
Fletcher scared him away with our snores. But yeah, what would you do? Because I feel like at this age, I probably would be like, oh, that's freaky, like being older. But I would probably just think it's my eyes. You know, sometimes when you're tired and if you wake up, you think you just see things, and even if you turn your light on and off, you're like, there's something there, or you might think your curtain's moving,
or a shadow in the dark in the corner of the room or something. Yeah, I think if I lived on my own and if I was this like person that happened to, I'd do the same. Like, I'd sleep my light on all night, like. Because why every time I turn it on and it's still like the same shape, like, and she goes over and checks, and there's nothing that's making the shape.
I suppose
like,
if
you're coming to like visit me like happy days, like, but like, no, you can come visit me during the day.
Yeah, I suppose.
Or just don't.
I think I'd be too lazy to actually investigate what it was.
I was freaking you out that much,
and
you couldn't sleep.
What did she say it looked like again? So did she say it looked like?
Said it looked like a shadow, like a silhouette
of a person,
of it. Yeah.
Because like sometimes I do wake up and I look and I'm like, was my wardrobe open when I went to sleep? But like, I just roll over. I'm such a lazy person like that at night time. If I wake up and I see something, it might freak me out or something. Like when I leave my bedroom and I go to walk to the bathroom, there's like a mirror like on my wall, and then there's a mirror on the bathroom door. So like sometimes I look at myself and I'm like, oh. And then I go in, but like I don't even turn on a light if I go into the bathroom. I literally just
No, I can't even have people walk up the stairs behind me.
Oh no, that freaks me out.
Like,
that freaks me out.
No, I just can't. Like,
Yeah.
no. I have to put, like... No, I'm not saying, like, I have to put every light on from the bedroom. I'll walk through, like, the kitchen with no light on, but when I get into the bathroom, I'm putting the light on.
No. It'd wake me up.
I'm already awake.
No, I care too much about my sleep.
No,
I get out of bed. I don't even check the time. Nothing. I literally go straight to the bathroom and leave. And if I'm waking up for a drink, like say in the middle of the night, I'll just go to the fridge and I might look at the cooker to see what time it is.
No, like I can easily get up and then get back in the bed and go back
All
to sleep.
this while in the note because I sleep late.
Our neighbours
So hopefully
love it.
there's never anyone in my building, imagine.
Yeah, then you're definitely scared them off.
Jesus. Yeah.
I think Penny dropped mine joking. So the next one. This didn't happen to me, but a very nice old man and his wife used to live a few streets over from us. Well, she got very sick and his son flew in to help watch and care for her. A few weeks later, she moved to hospice and later died. The night she died, her husband and son drove home and they were talking about what to do for the funeral, and the husband asked, do you think she'd want some person to attend? And they both said they heard the dead mom slash wife in the back seat say, no thank you.
That's freaky.
I'd end up crashing that car.
That is freaky.
That's actually kind of have to freaking me out a little bit,
Yeah.
because it's not just like seeing a shadow, that's two people hearing something.
But do you wonder, like, obviously she's on their mind, like literally on their mind, no matter what they think about whether they're making stuff or they're not, because that's so raw, she's always in their mind. So do you think they just imagined her reaction to be like, no thanks?
But the fact that they both said no, they
Yeah.
heard her say, like, and the sound coming from behind them in the car.
Yeah, that's weird.
It would have been like, she could have got a bit creative now and like put it through the radio, like, no thank you, thank you. Oh Jesus. Right, was she a demon from hell?
Oh,
Right.
What? That's freaky. But do you believe in like the suit? Like,
Do I believe in afterlife and all like ghosts? Yeah, I do, absolutely.
yeah, me too.
I absolutely believe that there is like there's ghosts
There's
and
spirits and
spirits,
souls and
yeah.
yeah. But now, do I believe in all the TV shows? Like, what was that one?
ghost hunters and ghost
Yeah,
adventures
and
and
Haunted or whatever that one was. Do you remember the girl with the blonde hair and she used to have the full
Yvette
and-
Fielding. Why
Yeah,
do I
and
know
used to
her
go-
name? I'm unlocking the
You
archives
were
here.
weird. But they used to go to like these castles and the whole fucking show would be in bleeding knife fishing camera and they'd be like, whoa. Oh, and they
Do you
came out
went
and
to
said it was
a few in Ireland? Do you went
yeah.
to, I think,
But they came out and said everything was fake.
because Derek O'Connor, the medium they used to bring in, he was like, it came out that he was like lying or something.
Yeah. Assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's freaky.
But
Freaky dicky.
do I think people have gifts?
100%.
Absolutely, 100%. Like me and you have gone
Yeah.
to see a medium psychic, and some of the stuff that straws had to frighten the shy of me because I thought it was moving on song.
It actually is like going 90.
Some of the stuff the medium said to us, like, you know, the very end of my reading, and I came out to you and was like, oh my god,
Yeah.
there's no way she would have known
That's
that.
the thing, if a stranger tells you something you've never said out loud to anybody, you've only said in your head, that's a done deal. Sealed, signed, stamped.
Signed,
Take
sealed,
me
delivered.
money.
Yeah.
Like, literally, yeah, no.
Yeah. Right, so we're going to jump into the next one. I was biking down a country road I used to live on.
Country road.
I think I was 8 or 9, and on my way home, I saw this small humanoid looking being run across the road from one crop field into a cornfield. The only details I could make out, and I still vividly remember, was that it was completely covered in yellow from neck to feet, and I think it was green on its head. I told my mom about it, and all she could come up with was something about Cabbage Patch Kids. Never saw that thing again, but I still think about it from time to time. Edit. It was the size of a small child, about 50 feet away.
Do you know what all I can
Children of the Bleeding Maze.
Do you know what I can think about while you read that out, like, and we're describing it? Do you know that episode of The Simpsons where Mr. Burns turns into the, like, whoa, the freaky thing and he comes out
It's
of
like
the...
he's supposed to be like the alien in
he
the
comes out of
forest.
the forest and he's like, whoa.
Yeah, but that's basically like she's describing, like, but don't call them little Cabbage Patch dolls. Like, when we were kids, there was a thing called Cabbage Patch dolls, like that actual physical dolls.
That's what the man said. It sounds like that, like a doll.
Yeah, but why would the doll be running across the street?
Don't know. Oh my god, do you know, like, personal dolls, like, they freak me out. And do you know the ones that are like Annabelle?
Cement men.
But, like, do you know the film Annabelle with the doll? The men version of that, and they have the, like...
Oh,
they freak me out.
and they put their arm up and they're like,
Oh, they freak
they're
me out.
like goosebumps or like stuff like that. Yeah.
No, they actually
What are they
freak
called?
me out. They're just puppets.
No,
They're
but there's a
arseholes,
name
that's what
for
they
them.
are.
There's a name for them.
Yeah, arseholes.
No, I
That's
don't.
good. Like, and like even if a comedian has one, like I'm like, they freak me out.
Puppets don't freak me out. It's them ones that you're talking about. It's like,
yeah, the specific
like,
ones.
and they're like,
yeah. Oh,
I don't mind when they're like funny, like bears or something.
No,
like that.
yeah,
Like,
they're
puppets like
fine,
that. It's
but
the
the
actual like
actual
ones where the
person-
mouth drops like that.
Yeah. Don't even do that. I'll have nightmares tonight.
Right, the next one. There is no next one.
The next one, loading. Well, I read one of these ones. We have ones here. They seem kind of long, but we don't know if the writing's just small. Because we didn't really want to read them because we wanted to have like a raw reaction. But there's one here called "Death Came for Him."
Which one are you on?
I'm just on a random article. I think I'm on that one. I'm not too sure.
Right.
Travel Channel. If you scroll down, it'll say
Travel Channel.
Yeah. So this one is "Death Came for Him," and it says, "I was standing in my parents' room talking to my very sick dad at the time. He was dying of stage 4 cancer. I got the feeling something was behind me. I looked towards the doorway to the living room, and something about 4'6" and fully black is peeking around the corner with its hands on the door frame. I ran towards it and it slipped back around the door. When I got outside the doorway, there was nothing. My dad was completely confused when I stepped back inside the room to tell him. People who stayed at my house in my dad's final days claimed to have seen it. My mom saw the figure on multiple occasions in multiple places until he passed away, and we haven't seen it since."
What, your dad was just haunted by a kid?
I can't believe you just don't. Death came from him. Do you know, like the whole figurine of death is that it's just in all the black and it comes for you when you're gonna die.
Yeah.
That's what he saw. It wasn't a kid. It was the black.
But it was
figure.
only 4 foot.
Well,
That's a kid. If death's coming, I'm expecting it. Hold on.
I actually only realised he
Listen.
said it was 4'6".
If death is coming, don't bother coming if you're 4'6". Like, who
Yeah,
are you
actually,
bringing
you
me?
always
That's
imagine them to
That's
be
what I'm
tall.
thinking. Like, was it a sibling he had that like passed away when he was really
Well,
young?
no, it was just like a black shadow, so they just assumed it was death.
Well, no, that's
4'6" is about my shoulder down. Like, it's not that short. Well, not that it's not that short, but like
4'6".
Like, I'm 5'5", so literally my head would be about...
Like 4'6" isn't even like 5 foot.
No, but it's about this height.
Like 4'6", Amy, is like how many inches are in a foot? 12 inches in a foot.
I'm like 5'5", so would it be like to my shoulder?
It's basically 4.5 foot.
Yeah, that would be what 4'6" is. But what I'm saying is it'd be about my shoulder.
I'd be lower than your shoulder.
It would. There's like... It's not this height though.
No,
Like,
but
that's
it's
what I'm saying,
fucking
it's
small.
about there. Like...
A little black figure with like this around.
I'm ready to take you.
I know that funny thing is there is literally handprints on the side where my dryer is on the wall.
Stop, you
And I
creepy
showed
bitch.
me man the phone the other day. I goes through there ages. And I could have sworn a few weeks ago I was in the shower and I had the hall light on because I was hearing meowing. And I usually leave the bathroom door open when I'm hearing meowing having a shower. Because when Aaron comes in, then Trent actually comes in and just sits in the bathroom like. And I had the hall light on. Now where my front door is now, there's a light.
Yeah.
So I had the kitchen light off, but the hall light was on, and I could have sworn the hall light went off and came back on. And to say I literally pissed myself in the shower. Then I thought Aaron had come in, and he had turned the hall light off, thinking he was going to put the kitchen light on. But Aaron hadn't come home with the dog. He was out walking the dog.
Oh.
Yeah, one.
Sometimes when I'm in the shower, I think of that scene from the movie Is It a Ring, where the hand comes out of the shower.
Stop.
Sometimes I think of that. Yeah, showers freak me out sometimes.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
because you're vulnerable in the shower.
Yeah. There's another one here called My Mother Attracted Evil.
Oh.
I
do not possess any of this energy that we were talking about.
The power of price. Oh, I can't fucking speak. What is it?
May the power of Christ compel you.
Why can't I say it without a P? The power of Christ compels you.
May the power of Christ
Yeah.
compel you.
After my parents' divorce, when I was a teenager, I lived with my mother. I experienced lots of paranormal happenings. People word things weird. But anyways, several times when I was reading in bed, the room would start to feel like icy. Next, it would feel as if something or somebody that hated me was staring.
Oh, Jesus.
Was staring at me. I thought I said strangled. Was staring at me. When I got that feeling, I would leave the room and come back an hour later. Sometimes during the day, I would see a shadow figure sneaking around my bedroom walls. Sometimes in the flat. Sometimes in the flat was pretend. What the fuck did these write? Oh, something in the flat was pretending to be my dog. I went into my room and heard a deep growl from under the bed. My dog wasn't capable of making a noise that deep. It sounded like either a really big dog or a man doing his best dog impression. Other times my dog would whimper and pace in the room next to mine, but wouldn't come when called, as if he was afraid of something in the hallway. When I moved in with my father, the paranormal activity stopped.
Sorry, but that literally made me so uneasy the whole time you were reading that. No, I don't like that. I don't like that. That's evil.
No, that is just like unwanted territory. Like,
yeah, that's why I don't have an open space. I have drawers in the end of my bed.
Oh, I have a lot of shit under my bed, but like,
here, hon, if you buy a house, you're moving it, get a priest and get it fucking blessed. Anywhere. I remember my man and dad got their house blessed when they bought it.
Oh,
like, it's just common knowledge.
Yeah, freaky shit happens in my house a lot. Like, yeah, it's a no. And I think my apartment, like whatever the spirit is, I think like there's something in my apartment. Like, something happened the other day, but I can't really remember. So
stop.
Yeah.
Why are you telling me this?
I don't know. When I was younger,
I did think your apartment was haunted when I first met you.
Yeah. When I was younger, I used to always feel like there was something with me in my house.
Your evil twin.
Yeah.
Well, obviously it's there just visiting you and protecting you because it hasn't done that to you.
Yeah. And when I first moved into my apartment, I used to always think I could hear people knocking on my door. But I didn't know what it was because I felt like I was so far away from
my God.
What?
The fucking sheet fell behind and I'm half to literally gicking me.
Oh, I can feel something stabbing me in the back.
That's your conscience.
Yeah.
Sorry,
yeah,
what were you saying?
I always felt like I used to jump up in the middle of the night thinking there was someone knocking on my door. But then I didn't know if it, because
knocking on heaven's door.
I felt like I was like far away from the door that I'm like, was that a knock? Is there actually someone out there? And I used to jump up multiple times and like look out, but I don't know if it was just getting used to like loud noises. And
what would you do, right, if you heard a knock on your door in the middle of the night, right? You jump up out of bed and there was no knock, but then you'd glance out your window.
Stop! Why did you say, oh my God, the way you turned there was so fucking freaky. I was looking right into your eyes and you just went,
did I? Like one of those puppets? Like, what would you do if
I'm going to sleep on our sofa and Fletcher's going to piss all over my house.
That's fine. She can stay there with the ghost. What would you do if you glance out the window and you just seen someone standing there with just like a big knife or something, like just looking up at you? In other words, like,
did you want to be doing
like
stand up at my balcony?
No, still stand up at your balcony. I mean, like standing outside of like your apartment block, like, but looking into your, like looking up.
Oh,
into
like
your
across
window.
the road.
Oh shit! Like under a street light. They're standing under the street light.
I'd probably record it and FaceTime and be like, look at this creep. I'm always out my window like, look at this.
No, I think if you seen someone with a big knife and gone like this.
Oh yeah, that would be freaky. I'd probably ring the police and be like,
and then a big thing grabs you from behind. And you're dragged to your death.
Grab you from behind.
Grab you from behind.
Oh
jeez, I shouldn't even be saying these things because imagine how you died that way. They think I done it.
I know. Like I have to go home now, like middle of the night.
Well, you're the one that decided scary fucking story episodes.
It was Halloween. But
I actually don't know who decided it, but I'll just say
it was.
Right, well, I read one.
Yeah, go on.
Hold on, I'm looking for one that isn't gonna be eaten.
They're actually, do you know what, none of them are that long. They just seem really long.
Right, okay, this one. It's just a random one. It came from us in the graveyard.
Oh,
we were driving my friend's really old beat up Subaru through a massive graveyard. We stopped and walked down a hill and came across a little pond. There was someone sitting on a rock on the other side of the pond. The figure was all black and we couldn't make out any features other than the fact it looked like a man who was wearing some old style top hat. We stupidly waved and shouted hi. He didn't show any acknowledgement and continued sitting still on the rock. All of a sudden, oh Jesus Christ, I'm after getting like goosebumps up me back.
We should have done this one first.
I know, because now I'm shitting me knickers.
We did, you probably know by because we did record these like at once.
Yeah.
But
all of a sudden, he jumped to his feet, started running to us on the water, and then vanished in thin water about halfway on the pond. My friends and I screamed and ran back to the car. The car wouldn't start, and we heard something banging on the back of the car. It wasn't a constant bang, but every few seconds or so we'd hear it. Nobody was outside from what we could see in the dark, but something was making a noise on the car. I opened my phone and started dialing my mom to come give us a boost, but I had no service. None of us had any cell service. The next 30 minutes were spent trying to get her car started. No banging was heard afterwards, but we felt this heavy pressure around us. Finally, the car started and she hit the pedal to the metal. Foot to the floor. We sped out of the graveyard so fast.
Immediately was in the graveyard.
Immediately crossing the gates, all of our phone regained cell service. One thing I know for certain is that someone or something was out there, and it was not an animal or a human.
What the
Well, no shit, if he disappeared halfway in the pond like running on water. But oh my god,
a fancy ass graveyard with a fucking whole pond.
A lot of American ones have that. Like they're like more like parks, like, you know, like,
yeah.
Can you imagine that? Like, I think I'd go into shock. I don't physically think my brain would catch up to what was happening.
No, do you know what the thing is? I definitely wouldn't probably think it was like something paranormal. I would actually think like it's a serial killer or a murder or something.
Yeah, but if you start seeing him running on top of water, what would you do?
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think my brain would. Hold on. First of all, if I seen a man sitting on a rock across a pond wearing a fucking top hat in the middle of the night
in a graveyard, I'm skedaddling 360. Fuck the car on your skates.
And they shout, "Hi!"
Hi!
What did you want them to do? Tilt this fucking hat to you?
Yeah, like that's how. That's 10 minutes into every horror movie.
Yeah,
literally.
Except he runs across. Except he
waves high and turns around,
and then he's behind you.
Oh, yeah.
Or he runs across the water, but he disappears halfway.
And you turn around, and they're like, there.
No, and then they're like, "Oh my god, did you see that?" And the next minute, he leaps from the water.
What are you doing?
Us making up our own from these are more scary.
Oh jeez,
Aaron, are you scared?
He's out there shitting himself. He's got us frightened to shite out of us when we finish.
No,
I'm not leaving this room.
No, I
ain't leaving.
We have coffee. We're fine.
Oh Jesus, we'll make a bed.
We have Trent's dog.
No, he's planning something to frighten us. It's after getting really quiet out there.
We're never doing a haunted house together. Aaron. Oh, you're alright. We're never doing a haunted house together. I don't even know why I even suggested we even probably do one, because literally the two of us would be killing each other, trying to push each other in front of each other.
Yeah, the whole time that would just be me.
We'd have to bring a big giant coat, and the two of us just literally stand in and zip it up, and we just come both get a tiny bit.
Stop.
Do you know that kind of way? Will I read another one?
Yeah, go on. Oh,
right, this is actually a really short one.
Okay.
Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. After we moved into our home, we were told a woman had died there at the hands of her abusive husband. She hated men. My dad would wake up with scratches all over himself, and whenever my brother was mean to my sister or I, he would have scratches on him as well. One day, my brother hurt our sister. He hit her with something. When he woke up later that night, he had a horrible bloody nose. The day we moved out, my brother accidentally broke his twin's arm trying out a wrestling move. He swears that he would have died that night if it wasn't. He would have died that night if it wasn't in our lap. Well, hold on, sorry. He swears that he would have died that night if it wasn't our last in the house.
The ending doesn't really make sense.
So that they were moving out the next day, but he broke the cousin's arm like the night before.
Yeah, but the end.
Or the last day you were moving out of house.
Oh, so he didn't sleep after.
He didn't sleep. Yeah.
That's freaky, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's really creepy.
That's
because like
really
sometimes
weird.
Like you hear things
of
like
physical.
Some sort of like a spirit will attach itself to a certain family member and like they obsess over that family.
They go after the weakest person.
Yeah.
I watched way too many like A Haunting in Connecticut and all that crap. No, it's like
Yeah,
it's
they
a
do
true
all
story, but like they have actors that reenact all the.
Yeah.
Me and my dad love them.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you stay up real late and watch all them scary stuff with me dad.
We should try go to some of the place like the Queen Mary ship and stuff.
They do a lot of ghost walks in Toronto. Like they do the Distillery District and they do another
I
one
feel like
of Ryerson, but you know, like the old buildings of Ryerson.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, do you know the way you can go to the hotel that The Shining was filmed in and all?
Oh yeah,
Like stuff like that. That would be cool.
Yeah, but The Shining is not a real story. Like,
but didn't he write that film there because he felt like that? Like he felt all the stuff, the presence.
who's Stanley Kubrick?
No, Stephen King, who wrote the book.
Oh, it's directed by Stanley Kubrick.
He wrote the whole book there, like within
No,
a
well then
couple
he
of
must
days.
feel a fucking lot of things Stephen King, because all his books are about horrors nearly.
No, but I think I don't know. That's just what I read.
I have another short one here.
Okay.
But if you have one.
Yeah, I have one up like last 2 minutes.
I only read one story.
You read the whole Reddit TikTok and I had to read 2 stories there.
Yeah, but but you read 2 before me.
Yeah, so you read 3, I read 2, you read 2.
Did I read 2?
You just read 2 there, yeah.
I thought I just
Or
read
3.
1. No, I didn't read 3.
You've done the TikTok ones, I done ones and you done one.
Alright, doesn't
Maybe
matter.
you have one. What one do you have there just in case we have the same one?
My mother. No, sorry, that wasn't it. Evicted by a ghost.
Oh, that's literally the one I
Oh, it's alright. Go on, you're alright.
I'll read it. This one. You might keep
Just
it.
trying to read the ones that
Evicted
literally aren't
by-
mad long.
Yeah. Shortly after college, I got married. We immediately moved into a basement apartment because that's all that was available within our budget. So.
You're not in a basement.
No, I know. What like prices ridiculous. This place had a.
Don't
there's
move into a
something on
basement
the
now.
screen that like keeps messing up words. There it's gone. Had a. I probably should talk into this, shouldn't
No, you were. Your bars are gone up. It's alright.
I? I don't know what that word is. Had a poltergeist. What's that word?
Poltergeist.
What the fuck is a poltergeist?
So poltergeist is basically a spirit but can physically move things.
Oh. This place had a. What's it called again? A poltergeist?
Poltergeist. Do you want me to read this story?
Poltergeist. The spirit's making me fuck up now because I wanted to read a story.
The spirit is saying you should have fucking let me
Yeah,
read
this
instead of
place had a
fucking song and
poltergeist.
dance about it.
This place had a poltergeist and my wife was terrified. Whatever resided there was made it clear wanted to live alone. Nice. Dishes, glasses and other items would fly off the shelf. My wife was hit several times. There was always an ominous feeling like we were being watched at night. When we walked through the apartment in the dark, there would be insanely bright flashes of light that would illuminate the entire room. That's so freaky. One night while we were going to bed, as soon as my wife and I walked into the bedroom, we heard a voice from nowhere saying the person's name, MILF.
What do you mean?
So it'd be like
Oh,
you
like
and Aaron,
Amy
you
Milf.
and Aaron walk into the room and it goes, Aaron MILF. My wife looked at me, I looked at her, I said loudly, you've got a bud. We moved out 2 days later and stayed with family. The old lady who owned the place died a few months later and the house was torn down. It's still an empty lot to this day. Nothing but grass and a tree. I still drive by it every now and again.
No. See, if I was getting hit by one thing, I'd be out.
I'd be gone straight away. How do people
Why
stay
do
in
people
these
hang
places
around?
so
Like,
long?
what are you hanging around for?
Yeah, like are
If
you
it's
waiting
already-
to die?
Like, if it's already doing it, you're not gonna wake up one morning and be like, oh, it doesn't do it anymore. They just gave up. Like, no, it doesn't
No,
work like that.
like,
They've nothing to lose. They've nothing to
They
lose.
already did, bitch.
Do you know what I mean?
Like I couldn't. I would literally move straight away.
No, listen. I'd be gone before. If they threw a glass at me, the glass wouldn't even have to hit the floor. I'd be gone.
Yeah. No.
Gone. Gonski. You can have all my clothes, all my belongings, everything. I don't care. Because I for sure would not be entering back in. I'd be hiring someone to go in and pack all my shit up.
Yeah, no.
Or I'd tell some fecker like, oh, like, there's nothing in there. Just go and pack all my shit.
Oh,
No.
freaky.
That is like, no. I don't like, if I think somewhere is haunted in regardless, I ain't staying. It is not worth my peace.
Mm-mm.
I can live without seeing certain things and hearing certain things and certain things happening. I would be quite content.
Yeah, no. It's a no for me. I'd be gone.
I have one here called The Devil's Room. I worked as a forensic nurse in a hospital lockup unit. We had one older lady who swore she was being hunted and abused by a demon she would call Tiberius. So many crazy things happened while she was on the unit. We'd go into the room, do normal care, leave, and seconds later, she'd start screaming bloody murder. We'd run into the room to find her looking like she'd been in a fight with a boxing champ. Bloody lip, black eye, markings all over her body. No one ever saw her doing this stuff to herself. Things would get moved around the room by themselves. At one point, she was in protective restraints because the doctor thought she was hurting herself. There was no way she could have moved or done anything to herself while in these restraints. But new marks would always appear to her. Tray/cart would be across the room. The room was secure, so there was no way someone else was doing this. When we asked her questions, she'd just say it was the demon's name. I'm not saying his name again. After she was discharged, we always had trouble with that room. If there was going to be a rapid response or code, it happened in that room. One night, a guard reported lights blinking on and off. It was that room. Why would you leave her in that room?
That's freaky.
The poor woman. I'm in restraints, Mr. Ghost. I can't get out, as you can see.
Like, I can't help you. I can barely help myself.
Yeah. That was just a meanie. God love her. She must have been terrified.
My God.
Like, if you were that woman, you'd be pleading people, please don't leave me. Like, don't leave me. And then this demon coming and, like, baiting the shite out of you.
Yeah.
And it's probably someone she couldn't even see. Someone just baiting her.
She just doesn't know what it is. She's just feeling like all this pain.
And in the dark. That's horrible. That's so cruel.
I don't like that one.
No, here, if I ever get old, like, if you ever decide, like, or even try put me in a home, I will fucking haunt you. No, I'm telling you now.
Oh, stop.
I'm never going into a home and eating horrible oatmeal.
Eating horrible
I'm being
oatmeal.
constantly dribbling on myself. No.
Get you a nice babe, catch it. No, that freaked me out. I have repeat now. I have one here called the Rocking Horse.
Right, I think I'm done with mine because I think we've literally said all the short ones. But yeah, yours. Yeah. I think yours is the last one on this agenda.
We'll do this last one called the Rocking Horse. One night when I was maybe 10 or 12, I had trouble falling asleep. My bedroom was the entire top floor of the house, with my bed and such being to the left side and storage and closets and a play area being on the right. I was lying in bed when I heard a noise from the other side of the room and seeing a rocking horse begin to rock.
No, I tell you, I'd be rocking out of that room.
It was sitting just outside one of the storage closet doors. It proceeded to rock its way halfway across the room.
What? No, my legs.
And stopped dead under the ceiling light. At this point, I was freaking out and just buried my head under my blankets and never peeked out again until morning. It was all confirmed to not be a dream, as the rocking horse was still in the middle of my room when I woke up. Furthermore, I got a stern reprimand from my parents. I got a stern reprimand from my parents for being up and out of bed playing with my toys well past bedtime. The bedroom was directly below the storage closet / play area and had heard the creaking of the rocking horse shuffling across the room. I am gone, Ski. Gone.
That is terrifying.
Like, au revoir, sayonara, adios, sláinte, bye.
I would have been on... I'm saying I would have been on me ones and twos out there. But I think, like what we said here, I would freeze in fear.
I'd be afraid it would get me.
Yeah, because it's rocking to what? Well, if you say you're in, say your bed was there and the door is over here, you technically have nowhere to go. You're not going to run past it or giddy up horsey like.
No, like I have the creepiest, like I, while reading that, could envision this whole room and him having nowhere to go.
Yeah, that's what I was envisioning.
And the horse is just
nay nay. Watch
I got
me
the horses in the back.
Watch me nay nay.
Oh no, that I think that's the freakiest one, especially because you could think it was a dream or you could think it was something, but the fact that then the parents were like, you were playing in your room last night, we heard you playing.
Like, do you think if you told your ma dad that, like, oh my god, like I there's a ghost in my room or I'm haunted or something, do you think they believe it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I always used to have this conversation with Dad, like, you know, Dad, if I tell you I see something now, you're gonna believe. He was like, yeah, obviously I believe you.
Yeah, I like the story I said earlier. Started after I think it was a few years later. Random shit was happening in my house, and something was happening in my ma's friend's house, like real spirit related. Like it was a big ordeal. I told me ma what had happened, and like she totally believed me. She's like, why did you never tell me this before? And like there was loads of stuff. Yeah. Because then I think two of my friends were staying over, but we had like a spare bedroom. So I can't remember what happened. But one of my friends was like, oh, I'm going to sleep in the spare bedroom. I think we were being loud or something. Like, don't wait, sometimes that happens to sleep over. And then she literally came back in within an hour and she was like, Amy, I saw something in there. I was going to sleep and I just turned around. There was a little boy standing there. And it was the same. Now this was probably like a year later. And I just never said that to anyone. And like my friend had said it. So, like, I wasn't actually the only one to see the little boy.
Well, I am never staying in your ma's house.
Never.
Fact.
That's a fact. Yeah.
God love him.
Freaky, isn't it? Do I used to be afraid of... I, like, used to be terrified of underneath my bed.
Weren't most kids, though.
Like, this sounds really bad, but I used to think Michael Jackson was hiding under my bed. Rest in peace.
I was going to say Michael Myers, like, you know, Halloween. You said Michael Jackson.
No, I remember it was this big thing. I used to like get into me ma's bed. This thing's in bits. But I used to like get into me ma's bed all the time because I used to have such bad nightmares. And I remember I got to our bed one night and I still couldn't sleep because I thought Michael Jackson was under her bed. And I remember, I went down to me ma. I was like, I think I called me ma up and I was like, I need to come downstairs. She was like, why didn't you just come down? I was like, I don't want to go off the bed on my own. Like, I was freakishly terrified. I must ask her if she even remembers.
What was he going to do? Grab you and go, hee hee?
Yeah, that's what I was afraid he was going to do. Oh, so I remember she brought me down. I'm bad. She brought me downstairs and she's like, what is wrong with you? Like, what? Like, tell me what's wrong. What do you think's there? And I remember, I think I can't remember what I said, what I originally said, and she was just like, what? And she was like, Amy, just spit it out, tell me. And I was like, well, so two of my cousins, right, had told me something about Michael Jackson, like, do you know the way all this stuff was going on with like the kids and whatever. So I thought he was under my bed trying to take me to Neverland. So I was like, oh, so and so told me. They tell, and my mom was like, what did they tell you? Like, this is probably about 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm like literally about 11. And she was like, what did they tell you? And I goes, that like Michael Jackson takes kids. I'm gonna be sick. I need to move this. I'm just choking on the smoke.
You're sitting up at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Because this was going on for weeks.
It was going on for weeks.
Well, I was afraid he was under my bed for months, but this whole thing I think was going on for a really long time.
No, I can't.
And
sorry, this is probably one of my favourite stories.
And the worst thing was as well, I was also freaked out by mirrors at night time. And my mom had this floor-length mirror in our bedroom that you could see from the bed.
So you were looking through the mirror to see under the bed?
So I still to this day don't know what this film is, right? But I watched it with my uncle and my cousin. Like, I don't think we were meant to be watching it.
You shouldn't see any family that tell you anything.
And we're saying, but it was something about this girl, and she went through a mirror to another dimension, but was like a creepy person in the mirror. I don't know what the film is, so I was terrified of mirrors. So I used to think someone was going to come through the mirror and take me. But
why
Michael
are you
Jackson
telling me this? Because now I'm going to be freaked out.
I had, I'd say 6 days out of the week, I had a bad dream growing up as a kid.
Oh, you thought Michael Jackson was
like
probably?
I used to be terrified as well of Scream. Like
because he ran. It's because he ran after you.
No, it was the face. If I even saw a picture of him, I would freak out. I used to try pull a sickie from primary school so I wouldn't have to go in because half the school would be wearing that mask. And like most times my mom actually didn't tell me. No, I was deathly afraid. I had dreams all the time that he'd come into me house and take me. I had a dream before that he married me ma just to try get me and kill me. I will never forget that dream. I literally can remember the dream. I was walking through Markovich Park in Ballyframe and my mouth sitting on a bench with him. And he gets down and proposes and they get married.
What the hell?
I used to have freaky dreams. Like, I can remember so many dreams.
Poor dog thinks we're dying. He's better up
I
against
used
the
to
glass.
I literally used to wake up screaming, crying.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's why I used to always think my house haunted as well, because I used to always feel such a presence. So that's why, like, when someone told me something freaky like that at a young age, because I could also feel a presence, I used to think it was that. Like, I used to think Michael Jackson was under my bed waiting to take me to Neverland, but also the boogeyman was in my fucking mirror and Scream was downstairs with me ma or something. Like, freaky, yeah. I used to have freaky dreams.
Oh my god, that like killed me. So if you've got through all them scary stories, you had a bit of a laugh at the end. Make sure Michael Jackson's not under your children's bed tonight. Yeah. Or your bed, or whoever's bed, your dog bed, your cat bed. Oh,
he's on his way.
No, I think that was Aaron. Oh, he's in the toilet. No, it's alright.
He's getting in position.
You just frightened us.
But
yeah, I think we're gonna wrap this up here before we get.
Before we end, have you had that like scared you when you like freakishly like that when you were younger?
Yeah, when I was. No one believes this, right? No one believes this.
Michael Jackson tried to take people in Neverland before.
Yeah, but I ran. I ran with me black shoes and me white socks.
Sorry.
When I can't remember what age I was, but we were in my man and dad's room, was the front room, and I remember Rachel was lying on my man and dad's bed with the telly on. And I went into the room for some reason, and I remember it literally so vividly. When something like happens, you always remember so vividly. And it was like evening time, so it wasn't mad dark, but it was coming to the evening time, and the curtains were open. But my man dad have like neck curtains, like curtains and normal curtains, but the curtains were open so you could see. I don't know why that's important, but it's not really, but I'm just setting the scene. Rachel's lying across the bed, like on her arms, like say like this or something, like, or leaning like across the bed with her legs behind her, like. And we were talking, and then like she was just watching whatever on the telly, like, and I swear to God, someone slapped me across the face. No, I mean slapped me across the face, where I had like I remember me neck physically. It was that hard. I remember me neck physically moving. Me thinking Rachel had jumped up and slapped me across the face for the shits and giggles, like. And I remember, I don't even know if she remembers this. I don't think I've ever mentioned it since. I remember turning to her and be like, why did you slap me? Why? And she was like, what are you talking about? And she was still lying like in the opposite direction, the way she was lying like fully across the bed, like on her stomach, so she couldn't have jumped up and slapped me. But we always thought, to this day, we still think my man and dad's front room is haunted, like like, because an old woman used to own that house, and obviously like she died or whatever. But like my man and dad, when they bought the house, like got the house like blessed by a priest now. But we've always taught the front room. And I remember another time I was trying on, my auntie brought me down like loads of dresses not to try on, because she was throwing them out like they were brand new, like she didn't want them. And I must have been only about, I want to say about 12, 13. And I remember going up, and my ma had like a full length mirror. But it was like you could move it like frontwards and backwards, I know. And had like, I don't know why it's important, but it was wooden, it was old, like she had it years. And I was trying to dress on. I had just got it over my head, put it on, and I looked in the mirror, and I swear to God, it looked like almost like a foggy veil just came straight over my face, and I couldn't see.
Oh my God.
Like I couldn't see myself in the reflection, like, but it was almost like if it was a cobweb. Yeah. But it was foggy, like smoky. And Amy, I swear to God, I ran down them stairs, and I was like, oh my God, sobbing to me dad, who was in the sitting room. And he was like, what's wrong? And I was like, something's in your room. I said, I'm not going back. Actually, I have another one as well. I was like, I'm never going back into your room, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, it's probably nothing, like don't worry about it or whatever. Like, and I was like, we always used to joke, like, when we were kids, like, it's the old woman, like. And then this was actually, I was in secondary school when this one happened. This one's not even that long ago. I was in, I want to say 5th or 6th year, and we have a telly in my kitchen as well. And it was only me and my dad home. My dad went upstairs for something, and I had just finished me dinner, like. And say, here's my table, like, I was torn because I was looking like it was only a small telly in the kitchen, like. And So my back was kind of like exposed to like the cooker presses and then the doors to me right. Like when my dad was all the way upstairs, up through the sitting room, everything. So there was no one else in the house. And I remember looking at the screen, and you know when someone whispers in your ear and you get that hot fuzzy?
Yeah.
Like that, and you literally go like this.
Yeah.
But they just goes, Niamh, in my ear. Amy.
I've had that so many times.
Amy, I ran out into the hall. I screamed up the stairs and I goes, Da! And he was in the front room and he was like, what's wrong? I'll be down now in a minute. And I said, no, you need to come down now. I was like, no, come down now. And he was like, what's wrong? And I was like, someone's have to like talking in my ear. Someone's have to saying something in my ear. So he came down and he was like, what's wrong? Like, and I was like, no, it actually gave me the hot fuzzies to the point where I did that.
That's actually happened.
And said me fucking name. Like,
it's like, do you know, like in Harry Potter when Voldemort talks to Harry.
Harry.
Yeah, I've like not exactly like that, but like what you were saying, like I'd hear like Amy, or like something in my ear, and I'd be like,
but this sounded like it feels like their ear, like their mouth is almost in your ear, because it's that
you
fuzzy.
can almost feel like their breath actually touching your ear.
It's almost like, you know, when you're whispering to someone but you're laughing when you're doing it, and you're like, will you stop laughing because you're giving me that hot fuzzy feeling to me? That's what it was like.
And
that was only a few years ago.
Well, I was actually only been able to look at Scream like when I was probably 16 or 17.
Oh my god,
freaked me out. Yeah, like
but
I went through a phase of sleepwalking and all.
No way.
Yeah,
that's so dangerous though, especially with stairs.
Yeah, me ma always used to lock the door like at night when no one else was going out, but the keys would be in the door. And one night she was in the kitchen with me cousin. I think they were having a drink or something. And I was at the bed in bed, and apparently I come down the stairs and she just heard something, and she was like to my cousin, she's like, what's that noise? And she walked out and she goes, Amy. And then she walked out and I'm like standing at the door trying to unlock the door. She's like, where are you going? And apparently I turned around and said, oh, I'm just going to the bathroom. And she was just looking at it and she's like, that's the door. And I was just, apparently I just goes, yeah, I know, and turned around and walked into the bathroom, didn't say that, and left the bathroom, went up and got into bed.
That's mad.
But you know,
isn't it mad how your body can do that?
But you know what the freaky thing is? I woke up the next morning, no knowledge of nothing, until my ma said it to me, and then it was like I could watch back a dream of what I did.
It was like you were outside your own body. Yeah.
When she had said it to me, I goes, I remember having a dream. I looked at myself in the mirror that used to be my ma's bedroom. She eventually then got it put in the landing at the top stairs. I remember when she said it to me, I was like, I remember coming out of my bedroom to go to the toilet, but looking at myself in the mirror, and that's all I remembered. And she was like, no, I don't know that part, but you come down and like all this, and then
tried to open the front door. You're going for a walk.
And I did it. My dad did the same thing. So I was in my auntie's room, and she has like a shower in her room. And I got up and I walked to the shower, and I was just standing staring into the shower, and she goes, what are you doing? And I goes, I'm going to the bathroom. She was like, that's not the bathroom, get into the bathroom. And apparently
you're not pissing in my shower.
Apparently I just went into the bathroom, but then like went downstairs to my dad's room and then like went to bed. As you do. Yeah. So late night patrols to the toilet.
Night patrol over here.
Yeah, detours to the toilet.
Yeah.
But the random little stories to end the day.
Jesus, I'm telling you now, I am not editing anything out. It's the beginning's gone, and I'm not listening back to any of this shit on my own with earphones in. No.
Hopefully we didn't say and that'll cancel us, but good night. Good luck sleeping tonight.
Say our prayers.
Good luck to me sleeping tonight.
Yeah.
Bye. But yeah, if you're watching on Instagram, please like, comment, subscribe.
Put the belly thing on.
Yeah, and if you're listening to audio, Apple, Spotify, wherever, please follow, leave a review if you can, and follow our Instagram at the Weird Girls Club for all our uploads, and stay tuned on what we do.
Yeah, and if you have any scary stories, comment below on the video.
God, yeah, or messages like any freaky stories you have. We would love.
We would want to chat about them. Yeah, well, we'll try talk about them if they're really scary. I don't even know if I can read them.
I don't know, but send them to us anyway.
But yeah, send them to us because I'd actually love to like read people's stories.
But yeah, so please send us some. You have some. So
bye.